to day 6 of the 12 days of Christmas. Today we're excited to showcase a lineup of innovative crafting items that are sure to help you on your quilting journey. While some of these items may not be new to you, they have been thoughtfully upgraded to enhance your crafting experience. Plus, we have a unique new book that offers a fresh twist on a classic series. Here's one of my favorite new finds, the Prophet Quick Block Pre-Sew Assembly Easel. I just call it the Prophet Easel. It's 18 by 18 and it's like a design wall for blocks. So I chose a block out of the Quilt Builder card deck for Christmas and I built a block. And once I was done, I thought, well, what would happen if I turned all the corners a half turn? Now I've got a completely different block. And then I thought, well, what would happen if I turned all of my blacks into the middle? What kind of block will I get then? So it's a great way to audition your blocks to see what you're going to get. It has a super grip fabric on the front. These blocks, as I peel them off, you can hear them kind of pulling away. So they are really stuck. When you put them down, you can turn your board upside down, give it a shake. Nothing has moved. The super grip fabric can be removed for washing. If it gets thread on it, you just need to take a fabric roller and lift those threads off. The frame is made of fiberboard and it folds out so it has an easel back, but you can unfold it and then it lies flat for storage. Plus, it comes with a great bag to put it in so you don't get lint on your design board. Well, what's it for anyway? I guess I could design my blocks on a flat surface, but when I'm ready to sew, I can take this to my sewing machine. No more jumping up and down between my sewing machine and my cutting table, and I can place my pieces together and get them ready for sewing and piece them from the design board. Saves me jumping up and down. As I said, this was one of my favorite finds this year, and I can't wait to start using the Prophet Quilt Block Pre-Sew Assembling Easel, or the Prophet Easel. Let me tell you all about Cutterpillar light boards and then introduce you to something new. First, let me explain the 3 different boards. I only have 2 in front of me, but I'll explain why in a second. The first Cutterpillar light board is the Glow Basic. That's the basic light board. It's 13 by 19. It has 3 levels of light, 1, 2, 3. It's got non-slip on the back so it won't slide around, and it comes with its own self-healing cutting mat. And it also comes with a generous 6-foot cord for plugging in. And that's the difference between it and the Glow Premium board. The Glow Premium board looks exactly the same. It's 13 by 19. It has 3 levels of light. It's got the non-slip on the bottom and the same self-healing mat. The only difference is that it'll hold a charge for 3 to 4 hours. So if you like working in your car or taking it to a ball game or someplace where you don't have power, it will hold a charge for 3 to 4 hours. You can also plug it into a power bank and it will work for even longer. So that's the basic and the premium. Only difference is that the basic needs to be plugged in and the premium will hold a charge. Then we have the Cutterpillar Ultra. Well, clearly this is different. It does still have 3 levels of light, but it's 19 by 26. It's got non-slip feet on the bottom, and it needs to be plugged in. Another difference aside from the size is that this is quite heavy. The Cutterpillar Basic and the Premium are really light and really easy to move around. This is several pounds, so it's quite heavy. So what do you use light boxes for anyway? Well, when they introduced the Cutterpillars several years ago at Quilt Market, they introduced them as cutting tools that we would cut our fabric on top of the self-healing mats. And you can certainly do that, but honestly, I haven't met anybody that does. What we're using them for is tracing. Great light box for applique. So of course, if I wanted to make this sailboat, I could put it on the light box. I chose Steam-A-Seam 2 Light as my tracing topper because it's 2 layers of paper, and I wanted to show you how well you can see through. And even if you needed to reverse your pattern, so you needed to trace from the back, you can still see through. So this is a great light box for crafters and scrapbookers. And here's another place that I would use it. If you hand write your labels, I like to hand write some of my labels. So I make a template. I can put it on my Cutterpillar, put my fabric on top, and then take my permanent pen and follow the words I've already centered and written underneath. I also use my Cutterpillar as a craft tool. I don't think you can see it, but there are score marks on my cutting board because I use it with my X-Acto knife for craft cutting as well. Each of the Cutterpillar light boards has replacement mats. These don't last forever. They certainly don't last as long as our rotary cutting mats. So we have the replacement mats for you today. Plus, if you're going to travel with your Cutterpillar light boards, you should consider a bag. Now they have really upgraded the bag for the basic and the premium. It's the same bag for both of those because they're the same size. But this is much better than the original bag that I have. First of all, it's got a shoulder strap inside, so you can throw it over your shoulder. It's much tougher than the other bag. They've also put a Velcro pocket on the front for the plug-in, which was really important. The other one didn't have a spot for that plug-in, so it pushed against the board. Plus, there's an extra outside pocket for your project, and then a generous inside for the light box. The Ultra is the same thing, just on a bigger scale. You've got the hooks for the shoulder strap, an outside pocket, a nice pleated pocket for the plug-in, plus they've put some hard plastic feet on the bottom so you can stand your light board up. And they've reinforced the corners. So those are the 3 Cutterpillar light boards from Cutterpillar. And now I'm going to show you something new and innovative they've just come out with. Let me introduce you to the Glow Elite Mini, Cutterpillar's smallest light board. It's only 10 by 13, but there are some differences. First of all, it's got 4 layers of light, and the brightest light is brighter than the other Cutterpillars. It has a nice long cord for plugging in, and it does need to be plugged in. But the thing that makes it different is that it has metal plates built into it. So if you have magnets, the magnets stick on top of your Glow Elite. So why would that be important? Well, here's my sailboat again, and my Steam-A-Seam 2. And when I start tracing, sometimes my Steam-A-Seam might move around, but if I take my magnets and I plunk them on top, nothing's going to move. Well, that's really neat, but what if you already have the basic, premium, or ultra light boards? Well, aren't you lucky? Cutterpillar has come out with an adapter set. So you can purchase in the set 6 metal plates that you attach to the bottom of your light board, and it comes with 2 magnets. I felt like 2 magnets maybe wasn't enough for my larger light board, so we also have available a set of 2 extra magnets for you for your existing Cutterpillar light boards. I think this is a great new idea from Cutterpillar, and whether you purchase the Glow Elite Mini with the built-in plates or adapt the light board that you're going to purchase, this is great for crafters, quilters, and people who love applique. Here's something useful for your home. They're tree ornament hooks with a clip. So I made some new Christmas tree ornaments this year, and these would be great for hanging the ornaments on my tree. They're great for homemade wool projects and even projects that don't have hangers that you wouldn't mind hanging, like this gnome I made a few years ago. As good as they are for hanging ornaments on trees, when I saw them, I thought more of hanging small wall hangings and wall quilts. Sometimes we're not sure what to hang them with. They have no hanging sleeves. Well, these clips are super easy to use, and a really small pin in your wall would easily hold up a small project or a small wall kit. The tree ornament hooks with clips come in a pack of 6. Check out the new book from Fabric Cafe and 3 Yard Quilts. This book features Mac Cox. Mac is a YouTube influencer who promotes quilting and pop culture. Her approach to quilting is be fearless. Just do it. You know that Laurie's Country Cottage is a huge fan of 3 Yard Quilts and the Fabric Cafe for many reasons. First of all, the books follow a formula. So once you do one pattern, you can move on to the next and not have to relearn how they do it. Every pattern in a book follows the same formula. It's also very easy to choose fabric for a 3 yard quilt. For a lap size quilt, you need 3 1-yard pieces of fabric. I'll add a small caveat here. We like double fold binding. So if you like double fold binding instead of economy binding, purchase an extra 1/2 meter fabric for binding. The formula for picking fabric for a 3 yard quilt is easy. Find a print that you love, add a dark and a light, and then you can choose where they go in the quilt. How to decide what size of quilt you make and how much fabric you need to do that is easy as well. For a laptop quilt, you need 1 yard of 3 different fabrics. For a twin quilt, you need 2 yards each of 3 different fabrics. And for king or queen, you need 4 yards each of 3 different fabrics. And then you can easily choose extra borders if you like. This book features simple blocks and stunning designs. It also includes paper templates for 3 different sizes of curves. So you're going to need template plastic to trace and cut out your templates. Using paper for templates isn't a great idea because our rotary cutter usually trims them off. I watched Mac's video introducing the book, and she gave some helpful tips. The book includes 8 patterns, and as I said, 3 different sizes of curves. So she suggests that you either start with hourglass or twist and shout. Those 2 quilts have the largest size of curves and the fewer number. So if you're afraid, don't forget, Mac says, just do it. Mac has a great video where she shows how she sews curves, and it's also included in the book. I love sewing curves, so I know this is going to come into my quilting library. If you've never done curves, Fabric Cafe is a safe way to start. Start with a lap size quilt and either hourglass or twist and shout. And don't forget, you'll need template plastic to make those templates. How's that for day 6? The Cutterpillar is already a fantastic tool for crafters, but adding the plates and magnets is ingenious. Curved piecing is a technique that can add elegance to quilt designs. It might seem daunting at first, but with Fabric Cafe's user-friendly patterns, you'll find it a rewarding challenge. Special note on the Cutterpillar light boards. They require special shipping. I hope you've enjoyed day 6 of the 12 days of Christmas. Now remember, you have to check out in order to take advantage of the sale prices. And don't forget to download the free mystery clue. I'll be back tomorrow with day 7.